Good day, Puyo Poppers. Tina here with another menu translation guide, this time for Panel de Pon. I know most of you skip past the exposition in these videos, so I'll place a timestamp on screen, but I'll keep the backstory to a minimum this time. So, what is Panel de Pon? Panel de Pon is a puzzle game and the origin of the character Lip as seen in the Super Smash Bros. Games. This one was actually released to international markets as Tetris Attack, with the original characters replaced with a Yoshi's Island theme. However, that name change has turned out to be a roadblock in getting this game re-released due to licensing issues associated with the Tetris name. Indeed, this Nintendo Switch re-release is the first time the original game has been re-released outside of Japan as Panel de Pon or Tetris Attack. It's also the first time we've seen any game in the Panel de Pon universe released outside of Japan. You may also recognize the gameplay of Panel de Pon in games like Pokémon Puzzle Challenge, which I recall being quite popular at the time. The series is also called Puzzle League in the West. But that's enough of that, let's jump right in. So I'll be putting Tetris Attack in the corner here and comparing the menus between both games. They're more or less the same game, but I'll note any important changes as they come up. This isn't going to be a comparison of every difference between the two versions. For that, I'll link you to the cutting room floor, which is a great resource for this sort of thing. So, these four options are the same. The only difference between the main menus of Panel de Pon and Tetris Attack is that Tetris Attack also features an options menu, but it mainly just features a sound test and character bios, so aside from a mode that lets you watch the computer in Tetris Attack, you're not missing any real gameplay options in Panel de Pon. From top to bottom, 1-player game, 2-player game, how to play, and how to improve. The latter two are a set of tutorials that run you through the game's mechanics. I'll return to those in a moment, but for now let's focus on the single-player modes. Under 1-player game, the options are endless, pretty self-explanatory. Time trial, also called score attack in Panel de Pon, which is similar to marathon in the Tetris games. Stage clear, where you're tasked with clearing a certain amount of stacks. Puzzle, where you clear pre-built puzzles in as few moves as possible. Under this menu are the options New Game, Password, and if you've played this before, the first option will be Continue. And Versus, which is the game's story mode where you battle against the computer. These are all pretty typical modes seen in a lot of other puzzle games, so if you've played Puyo Puyo or Kirby Superstar Stacker for instance, you'll probably know what to expect. Let's go back and look at the 2-player game modes. The Time Trial and Versus modes can be played with 2 players. Time Trial has you compete for score, and Versus has you compete against each other by sending garbage blocks to the opponent's screen. The How to Play and How to Improve menus might not be as useful without Japanese reading ability, but I'll quickly run through the options anyway. How to Play features a bunch of demonstrations. The options are Operation, which shows the controller layout, A and B switch panels, L and R raise the stack, and in puzzle mode only, X and Y serve as the undo button. Rule 1, which is a basic explanation on how to play. Rule 2, which introduces more techniques. Versus Rule 1, which teaches you how attacking works in Versus mode. And Versus Rule 2, which teaches you how to clear garbage blocks. All of these demonstrations feature text, which remains untranslated in Panel de Pon, but hopefully the visuals will be enough. Let's head back to the main menu. And finally, How to Improve features more in-depth demonstrations designed to teach more advanced mechanics. The options are as follows: Combos, Chain, and Skill Chain. Going into any of these present you with a bunch of different scenarios you can observe. The tutorials feature no text and just show you what to do step by step. And that just about covers all the menu options in Panel de Pon. I hope you all give this game the love and appreciation it deserves. Again, this is the first time this game has been re-released outside of Japan. Anyway, that's it for now. If you want to support my channel and other creative endeavors, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Every little bit helps me produce more videos like this one. And of course, like, subscribe, Share this video with your friends, and consider watching some of these other great videos. I've also done a translation guide on Puyo Puyo 2, which you can watch by clicking the card on the screen right now. And of course, thank you very much for watching.